Hello everyone, how are you today? I am Makeda Valletta. I think some of you know that who follow me. I'm live on my IG page right now. I will be saving this video and reposting it to my YouTube page, The Body Scientist 81. So if you are on IG and you don't follow me on YouTube, be sure to follow me there. Be sure to check out my videos. And if you're on YouTube, be sure to follow me on IG. Oh, damn. Because I post things on IG, I don't post on YouTube, and vice versa. If you're unfamiliar with me, I have a background in exercise and sport science and also nutrition science. And I am a certified strength and conditioning coach, which I know a lot of you may not know what that is. I've done videos where I talk about that, but a strength and conditioning coach is different than just like a regular trainer, a regular personal trainer. We deal with designing exercises in the weight room to increase performance and decrease injury, okay? We use methods called periodization methods. And so even though, because what you do in the off season is different than what you do in championship time or preseason or during the season. If you want to run faster, jump higher, be less likely to get injured in whatever sport you do or activity, that's what we do. But most of my clients are regular people. So I apply that same way of thinking, which is basically about the functioning of your body, like not simply about the look, but physical performance. So I use that same thing with my regular clients and with myself, right? So with that being said, and I'm also a huge believer in traditional and ancestral ways of eating and doing and being. I believe in staying as close to nature as possible. I'm not a fan of pharmaceuticals. I'm a fan of being as natural as possible, okay? And if you check out my other videos, you'll see more in depth of why I feel that way and, all of that. So with that background, I just want to say something, I'm also a dancer, being a trainer, being somebody who I need my body for every single thing that I do, every single thing I do to make money, every single thing I do in life, I need the use of my body. So I've always been very conscious and careful about how I take care of my body and not doing things that can increase the chances of me injuring my body, right? And so with that being said, I want to say like almost 3 weeks ago, tomorrow on Saturday, it'll be 3 weeks ago that I got into a car accident in Harlem, New York City. And thankfully, I'm, not horribly injured because the accident could have been a lot worse, okay? I was in a car going west. It was 2 lanes going west, 2 lanes going east. We're going west, up a hill, okay? Car coming east, down a hill. And it was approaching a red light. So there was a red light that car had with two cars sitting at the red light. The car is approaching the red light and all of a sudden swerves into our lane at a fast speed. It was coming at us head on. And we swerved to the right. The driver of the car that I was in swerved to the right to try to avoid getting hit by this car, but he still hit us pretty hard on the left side of the car, okay? And, I'm thankful that I'm not paralyzed or dead or don't have broken bones because it could have been really bad. But my back, okay, my back is so jacked up, okay, my lower back. I look fine, I look normal, but, okay, I think it came back. Okay, so, as I was saying, I've never had a back injury in my life, okay? I have a very strong back. I've always, my whole adult life, gone to the gym and done exercises to make sure I have a strong back. Whenever I train clients or just talk to people who work out, I always ask them, do you strengthen the muscle that runs alongside your spine? If you can't, okay. So the rectus spinae, which is the muscle that runs alongside your spine, I can't really turn around, but it's the muscle that runs up and down your spine. It helps to protect and stabilize your spine, along with other muscles in the back. I would always give an example to people and say, if you, God forbid, you ever got into a car accident, having strong muscles in general, this is also what I talk about with strength and conditioning and preventing injury. Muscles are shock absorbers. So having strong, balanced muscles in general will help you not be as injured, or the injury won't be as bad, and help you recover faster if you do break something or something happens, right? So that's why you might have a football player who breaks a bone, but they're still playing, because their muscle may be so strong that it's holding the break in place. So like, let's say the bone broke, let's say that the bone broke and it's encased by strong muscle, it won't really get that dislocated. But if the bone breaks and the muscle is flaccid, it could be like a way worse break, So muscles support the joints. So my back is really strong. I've never had back problems in my life. Never had any slip disc or misalignment, none of that. But right now, the back pain that I'm experiencing is like super debilitating, right? So I want to talk about what I'm doing to heal that, okay? Because it's really difficult, because one of the things that really keeps me sane with the stresses of life, okay, is going to the gym and lifting weights and dancing, right? Whether it be in an intense dance class or going out dancing, or since the pandemic, dancing in my house, right? So with this whole pandemic situation, it's been frustrating for me because I haven't been to a dance class with live drums in over a year. I haven't been out dancing on a floor full of people in over a year, right? And so that's already been tough, but at least I could dance in my house. Now, I definitely can't dance, okay? I'm dancing like a TikTok video, all stiff, because the dancing I do, I move my hips a lot, right? Can't really do that now. And so I'm not into, the EMT, and everybody's like, oh, you should take Tylenol. I don't take Tylenol. I don't even have Tylenol in my house. I don't do Tylenol. I don't do Advil. I believe in because, those drugs, they actually block. They're what we call blockers, okay? One of my friends calls blockers. The drugs in the pharmaceutical industry blocks things and interferes in natural processes and stops the body from healing, right? So sometimes we all need relief, and I definitely needed relief because I couldn't function, right? So there's certain things that, I want to do something that's going to help me get relief and help my body heal, okay? So with that being said, this accident happened in New York. I went to a chiropractor in New York, went to 3 appointments, he saw some misalignment in my cervical spine and not my lumbar spine, where I'm having really bad pain, even though in my neck is not really always bothering me, but I can look down sometimes. And when I look down, I get really intense pain in my lower back. There are times that walking, especially in the morning, a lot of times walking hurts me. So I'm walking, like taking baby steps. I look normal, but I'm taking tiny little baby steps. Sometimes there are days when trying to get something out of the refrigerator is hard. Like just getting, something out of the refrigerator, which is not that low, or picking up my skillet to cook. My back feels like it's going to give out and it's painful, right? And so I went to a chiropractor 3 times. Many people swear by acupuncture, right? But I use cannabis oil for a lot of things. So if you follow my work, I talk about cannabis oil all the time and its many uses. So I was rubbing the cannabis oil on topically. It's a coconut oil. It's a cannabis infused coconut oil. I was rubbing it on topically, and I felt like every time I did that, it gave me enough relief where I was able to at least stretch the muscles, okay? Because before I was in too much pain to even get into a position to stretch, okay? Just making a little micro movement was like really painful. So rubbing the cannabis oil on it topically would quickly help some of the soreness and pain and inflammation go down enough for me to at least function, okay? It doesn't block it. Like when you take an NSAID, a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, it will kill the pain and discomfort so much you think you're fine and you're moving around doing stuff you shouldn't do. With the cannabis oil, it relieves it enough so I can at least get a little bit more range of motion, a little bit more movement, but it doesn't relieve it and numb it to the point where I think I'm 100% fine. It's like I know that I'm still jacked up and I have to move slowly, right? So I was rubbing the cannabis oil on it, and I felt like that really helped. Then on last Friday, which is today's Friday, so a week ago, there was like 2 days that had gone by, and I felt like, okay, it's not as bad. I even did a little bit of exercising in the gym, okay, because I hadn't been, and I know I wanted to. The thing with exercise, I tell you, my background is in exercise and sports science. I'm a strength and conditioning specialist. So exercise can be therapeutic or detrimental. So no matter what's going on with your body, exercise can be therapeutic or detrimental. It depends on what type of exercise you're doing, what's going on with your body, and what kind of exercise you're doing. So me knowing that, I know that strengthening my back can help, but I don't want to do something that's going to be too stressful to my back and hurt me even more or cause more problems, right? So I've been trying to figure out that place. And so, I was able last week, probably last Wednesday, to go, or maybe Thursday, to go do a little bit of exercising, and I was like able to get through it. Friday, I go to take off my pants because for the past 3 weeks I haven't been able to lift my legs up. Like if I had to, I can't, this right leg, I can't lift this, how? Like just trying to lift this up off the seat hurts like crazy. So if I need to put my leg up on something, I have to take my hands and lift my leg, and very, very slowly, right? So last Friday I went to take off my pants and my back went out and I actually fell on the floor and it was like super fucking painful. So then I started rubbing the oil on it and it was so much pain I didn't feel like it was helping me enough. I laid down in the bed, stayed in the bed. Saturday, and it would hurt for me to even move, okay? Even trying to roll over in bed and move was like super painful. Saturday and Sunday and Monday it was bad, okay? I was rubbing the oil on, it was helping, but I started feeling like the pain was getting worse, okay? Like I was getting certain nerve pain and stuff like that. So on Tuesday, I went to my first acupuncture appointment, right? And I've heard people swear by acupuncture. I'm supposed to go to acupuncture every week for, I don't know. So we'll see how that goes, right? So on Tuesday, today is Friday. No, it was on Wednesday. So that was a couple days ago. I decided to ingest the cannabis oil, right? Because, the person that I study with, study cannabis medicine with is a good friend of mine who also makes a coconut-infused cannabis-infused coconut oil called Miracle Nut, okay? He's from Jamaica. And there are many things that he's taught me about healing with cannabis that I've listened to conversations, for example, on Clubhouse with a lot of people with, scientific backgrounds in cannabis science, and the things that they talk about with how to use it how to use it with certain health issues are the same things that I've learned from him, right? So one of the things that I do know is that if somebody has nerve pain, if you have deep internal pain or nerve pain, you may have to ingest the oil. So I put a teaspoon of the oil into my hot tea in the morning, and I felt so much better. Like I felt like 75% better, okay? Where I had more range of motion. Like even right now, like I can twist. This morning, I couldn't do this. This morning, just twisting side to side, I would have like sharp pains that would stop me from moving, okay? This morning, walking was really hard. When I put the oil in my tea, it helps tremendously. So I've been doing that twice a day. In the morning and in the evening, and I feel like that actually makes me be able to function, right? And then I also, last night I took an Epsom salt bath, which I've never done that before in my life. I know people have sworn by Epsom salt, never done it. I've been a dancer and an athlete. When I was sore, I just took it like a G, I was sore. But like 3 or 4 people kept telling me that I should take an Epsom salt bath, so I did take an Epsom salt bath, and the Epsom salt that I have, it has hemp seed oil in it, in thyme. And I do feel like that helped. So last night I didn't, because I wanted to see the effect of the Epsom salt bath. Last night when my back started to, I took the oil in the morning. It helped me a lot, right, to get through the day. When I got towards the end of the day and my back started to act up a little bit, I said, I'm not going to take the oil because I want to see what the Epsom salt bath does. So I didn't take the oil. I took the bath, and it was hard for me to even get in the tub and get out of the tub, okay? Just leaning back on the tub, like leaning back, I couldn't get back up. It was hard for me to like just from leaning back in the tub, it was hard for me to get back up, okay, let alone stand up. If you could see all the ways I was twisting and bending trying to get out of the tub or even lean back and get up, that's how messed up my back was, right? So I soaked in an Epsom salt bath for 20 minutes. And when I got out, I felt like a little bit more range of motion with certain things. And when I woke up this morning, I definitely felt like those muscles felt more relaxed than they did the day before when I woke up, right? I still woke up feeling janky, but not as janky as I did yesterday. So I, again, put the oil on my tea, right? And so my protocol is that I'm using the cannabis oil, because the thing is with using the cannabis oil too, I feel like since I've been ingesting it, I feel like I'll still be janky the next day or whatever, but every day it's not as bad. Like how I feel the next day is not as bad as I felt the day before. Okay. But it's hard for me, like anything, if I want to pick something up off the ground, I got to squat. It's hard for me to bend over to do something. Like just a little bit of bending over to do something, I feel like my back is going to give out. It hurts like hell. You know, even last night being in the tub, right, taking the bath. Let's say I lean back like this, just to reach forward to turn like the dial in the tub, that was hurting me, okay? Just to reach up and do something was hurting me, like little micro movements. And that's a problem. Because as you know, I'm a trainer, I'm a dancer. Everything that I do, I need the use of my body, okay? So at first I wasn't going to talk about it because people were like, oh, you shouldn't talk about the accidents and social media and da-da-da. But then I'm like, I use my body for everything I do. So like, if I make a dance video and I look all crazy, then you understand why. And I felt like it's good to help other people, you know, because again, never taken any Tylenol or any NSAIDs. I don't believe in taking non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs because they cause ulcers. Okay, those are also known as COX-2 inhibitors. They cause ulcers and they stop the body from healing. Okay, with cannabis in the endocannabinoid system, what it does is it helps your body heal itself in the most simple form without getting super scientific. Because I can get more scientific. There's lots of science out there, lots of research and science. But we have an endocannabinoid system, and we have receptors all over our body, like in practically every organ in our body has receptors for cannabinoids. And we even make our own cannabinoids out of animal fat, okay? Endogenous ones. So, and what it does, you know, when you use cannabis to heal certain things, it helps to, it's an anti-inflammatory, but it's not so much of an anti-inflammatory that you think that you're fine and you're running around on an injured, you know, because pain is also there to tell you something's wrong. So if I took something that totally numbed this pain completely, and then I'm just moving around crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because thinking that I'm fine, but I'm not, I can make the problem worse. So with using the cannabis, it's like I feel it enough where I know that I can't go crazy and do certain things, but my range of motion is a lot better. The pain and the inflammation has decreased significantly, you know. You don't want to, inflammation also serves a purpose. Like chronic inflammation isn't good, but acute inflammation, like when something initially happens, inflammation is also part of the healing process. So that's why if a kid has a fever, you don't want to give them Tylenol to stop the fever, because the fever is the body killing the virus or, you know, dealing with something. So you give them an artificial drug to stop the fever and that could kill them, okay? So there has to be that balance. And that's why I like natural remedies for things as opposed to artificial pharmaceutical stuff. NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, also cause ulcers. They're also addictive, as are opioids, okay? Highly addictive and can kill you. Cannabis can't kill you. It's not addictive, okay? And the NSAIDs, which are the COX-2, they inhibit, they're also called COX-2 inhibitors. They inhibit an enzyme called COX-2, and this enzyme helps the body to repair itself, repair damage. The non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like the ibuprofen stop that enzyme from working. When you use cannabis or other natural, you know, pain relievers, it doesn't block that enzyme, okay? So it doesn't stop the body from healing itself. It actually aids the body in healing itself. So with that being said, I'm going to continue to do, I'm going to do an Epsom salt bath tonight. I'm going to try to do it nightly and then rub the oil on afterwards, because that's what I did last night. I rubbed some oil on it topically after the bath because my pores were open, you know. You could also put oil in the bath too. Like you could put a tablespoon of the cannabis oil in the bath tub with, you know, and soak in that as well, with or without Epsom salt. So that's another thing that can be done. I just didn't put the oil in the bath because there's hemp seed oil in my Epsom salt. I just used the cannabis oil to rub on my back afterwards because my pores were open. And then this morning I took a teaspoon in my hot tea, okay, and I will take another teaspoon later, all right? I am also looking for a massage therapist who does medical massage, a massage therapist in Chicago who also can work with the cannabis oil, because I think that I've always felt like if I was a massage therapist, I would offer cannabis-infused massages for more money, because people get massages because they have pain, soreness, stiffness, and cannabis oil really helps to eliminate that type of stuff and work on that stuff very quickly. So that's the other part of my journey, that I just need to find a good massage therapist. So, I'm back and forth between New York and Chicago, but I mostly live in Chicago. So I'm looking for someone in Chicago, maybe somebody in New York. It's hard because even with traveling, like the way my back has been, there are times that I can't do small movements. I have to move very slow. Getting into an Uber or getting into a car or whatever, it's really hard for me, okay? Like, I'm like, for some reason, I don't know what it is about getting into a car and getting into that little space that causes me a lot of pain. I have to move super slow, all right? And so, this is just not me. Because I'm a dancer, I'm a trainer, I travel, I need the function of my body. I'm walking down the street, think about how vulnerable I am. I'm used to being able to run, jump, whatever. With my back like this, if somebody attacked me, I can't even run, I can't fight, I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my core, okay? Also, your lower back is your core. I'm thankful that I had a strong back, because perhaps if I didn't have a strong back, maybe it would be worse. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this would have been worse. Because again, muscles are shock absorbers, and this is the reason why it's important to strength train. It doesn't matter, like jogging and doing so-called cardio is not enough. You need to strengthen your muscles. This is also important as we age, and it's something I talk about a lot. So, yeah, I think I've said everything I need to say. Also, I just want to say that, when you're doing holistic things, like I believe in holistic health. When you're using holistic methods to heal yourself, you have to do multiple things. It's not just one thing. You have to do multiple things. So on my holistic path to healing my back, I going to a chiropractor, acupuncture. Oh, the acupuncturist also did some cupping. I need to find a massage therapist. I'm rubbing cannabis oil on it. And I feel like the cannabis oil is helping me more than anything. Rubbing the cannabis oil on it, ingesting the cannabis oil now, and doing the Epsom salt baths. So the chiropractor, I can't say I felt like that helped at all. He did some adjustments in my cervical spine. Didn't necessarily see any misalignment in my lumbar spine, but I have extreme pain in the muscles down there. So it's good that he didn't find misalignment in my lumbar spine, because when you have a slipped disc, that's like a permanent painful injury. And usually when people have sciatica, which is when they have pinched lumbar spine disc, they'll get pain shooting down their leg. So I do have shooting pain, but it's not shooting down my leg, it's just shooting all around my back and stopping me from moving. So I feel like rubbing the cannabis oil on and then ingesting it, I feel like the cannabis oil has helped me the most. The acupuncture, I can't say I've noticed a difference yet, but I only went to one session. I know people who've sworn by acupuncture. I also don't know that I'm seeing the best acupuncturist either. There's a place in Chicago called Aligned Modern Health, and they have many locations, and it's a place that they have a chiropractor, functional medicine, clinical nutrition, massage therapist, and physical therapy, all in like one place, and they have many different locations. And so since I've been seeing them over the years, I just called them because I knew they had acupuncture. And so the acupuncturist that worked with me, I mean, he might be great, but I don't know that he is, because he wasn't recommended to me. I have a friend in Chicago who knows another acupuncturist who has worked on him and his mother. And this acupuncturist apparently is the head of, acupuncture at Stroger Hospital or something. So I'm going to see if I can see him. So I'm not sure about the acupuncture yet. I believe in it. I've never done it. I've known people that swear by it. I do know what is making me be able to function every day is the cannabis oil. And it's amazing. And it's amazing how quickly it works. Okay? Because rubbing it on topically definitely helped with the muscle soreness, and it helped relax the muscles, but I was still having the nerve pain. Or I would move and I would have like a stabbing, shooting nerve pain that literally stops me in my tracks. Or I'm by myself yelling, ow, 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 because it hurts so bad. So consuming the cannabis oil, I feel like in 10 minutes or less, I feel like a huge difference. Trying to walk and taking little baby steps. But I'm still, have a way to go, because today I tried to just do a pull-up on the pole. Couldn't. My lower back. You would think, oh, you're pulling with your hands, but it still engages the lower back, and it was extremely painful. So, you know, when you have the mindset of an athlete, you just want to keep going. But when you have certain injuries, you have to chill and let it like, you know, nurse it and let it heal. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm just sharing that with the world because there's a lot of things I feel like I won't really be able to do in the coming weeks. Hopefully I'll recover sooner than later. I was like, let me just document this and share this with my audience. But it's hard because I can't get on the pole, I can't dance, I can't really work out. So I just hope it gets better soon. No, I haven't tried myofascial release. Don't massage therapists do that? Actually, it's interesting that you say that because I was thinking about, oh wait, or is that the thing that you do with the balls too? Like, can't you do the myofascial release? It's like certain points that you like rub or press, right? I think I've experienced that before with some balls, if that's what you're talking about. And it's funny because I was thinking about something like that earlier. Like I felt like I needed somebody to press on or rub certain points in my, because the way my muscles feel, they feel stressed. They feel like really like you know, like they're like in shock and stressed. And I just know it's been 3 weeks now. And I got shit to do. I need my back to be better. That's what I do know. So anyhow, I'm going to end this here. Thank you for listening. If you have any recommendations of any sort, please feel free. Yeah, I think myofascial release is its own thing. I do think some massage therapists might do it. And if I can, I remember the pole studio I trained at in New York. I think it's the same things. I think you can do it on yourself. And I think they use like some type of roller thing that rolls. And I'm not an expert on it either, but I think it's what you're talking about. And I will look into it though. I need like every holistic thing I can. I need my back to be normal, I swear. So anyhow, I'm going to end this here. And thank you for listening. If there's anybody you think this video can help, please feel free to send it to them. And inversion chair, I don't think that's going to work for my back. I do know about those though. I don't think that's it. But thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Please like, share, follow me on YouTube, IG, all of that. And have a good day. Bye, people.